Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2 for Steam, day I think 5. And, yeah, pardon that squeaking. That is not my chair, that's the little mount that my smartphone was on because I was shutting it down after messing with Fate Grand Order. It's very squeaky. But yeah, we're starting off day, like I said, I think 5. I'll have to actually look at my own thumbnails. Amazing. But we are starting off the day with the disconnect rating for all pilots being adjusted. Hopefully that means anybody who was in penalty from the matchmaking and connection problems now is not. So hopefully those are going to keep getting better. If the PlayStation Network version is any indicator, they're probably never going to be perfect, but they... on the PSN end, I would say at this point, after like almost 5 years, they are a lot more uncommon than they used to be. So, maybe one a day at most is what I've been getting on PSN. And so, fingers crossed that is where we get on PC as well. Given it's a less standardized platform, I can see that maybe not working, but you never know. But as you can see, Clan is, has reconvened on PC, like I said before, so... And this week on PC is the Gundam GP00 Blossom, which is not a bad support. Also, limited supply drop for the Narrative Gundam B-Packs, the Phoenix, and the Sinanju Stein. I might do that. We're still getting the free weekly 10 spins, and still getting extra crate drops, so... Hopefully we'll get some good stuff out of this, and I don't really have anything planned for today, but I am going to go over something that people have asked me a couple of times in the comments to recent videos, just in the hopes of being able to explain a few things here and there about how I play. But I think... I might open with a space round, then I might do a few more tutorials, and then do one more round after. That sounds as good as anything, but let's take the special supply drop. Like, at the moment, I feel like the PC version's running better, but the most jank I see is here in the lobby, where there's so many different connections happening at the same time. So, let's see, first up on the free docket, Desert Gelgoog level 3. That is a Gelgoog with stealth, and I believe the big gun on its arm causes heavy stagger, if I recall. Haven't run it in a while, but it's not bad. It is a raid, by the way. That's kind of important information. Zaku Marine type is a repeat, but, having development points on that is not a bad thing. It's a pretty strong mobile suit. Rikti S2 Beam Saber level 2, not bad to have. We've got a Fat Uncle, which... Tristan Beam Rifle Level 2, which is basically the new Gundam's Beam Rifle, but is a separate entity for game purposes. Let's see. Gym 3 Powered Level 2, not bad to have either. I believe it has tackle cancel, so yeah, it doesn't have... I think it doesn't have combo controller, so you can, like, downswing tackle as a combo if you want to. Level 2 J-Gun Rifle is not bad to have. Claw Unit Beam Cannon's a repeat, that's fine. This Medea is still bronze. Repeat rifle already. That happens a lot. I don't know how the RNG works for this game. Wish I did. Isaac level 2, always useful. That is a stealth support that can mark all enemy units, including other stealth suits. And the level 2 Hyakushiki Kai, which is, yeah, not a bad thing to have. That is... I'm trying to remember if that's the one that has the incendiary bazookas, or if that's the mass production Hyakushiki Kai. There's so many variations of that thing that I can't keep up with it, honestly. Especially since they're all relatively similar looking. But, okay, yeah, so that's a pretty good free 10 spin. Let's see, the limited supply drop... Okay, yeah, I think I will take that, because I have some tokens saved up, and see if I can maybe get the Narrative Gundam, which I don't have on any other accounts. I do have the Phoenix and the Sinanju Stein, but, elevated chances of 4 stars, not a bad thing ever. So, let's see what we get. Okay, first up, our first drop is a Medea, which could be, anything from 1 star to 4. Was a 2 star, the O's beam rifle at level 2, so for the 700 cost one. Next up, another bronze crate, G7 beam rifle, so for the full armor 7th Gundam at level 4. This one, again, a Medea. There is an animation occasionally. Level 3 J-Gun beam saber, that's not bad. There is an animation where occasionally the Medea is kind of like nudged out of its flight path by a fancier Medea and you get a higher rarity drop. Does not happen very often, but... Okay, well, there's the level 3 of that. That's not bad. There's quite a few things that use that, including, I believe, the Gustav Karl, among others, so... repeat of the Dwedge Custom. We have got, again, regular Medea. Gyaradoga Beam Machine Gun, level 4. That's a good weapon. Another Fat Uncle. You may also be hearing the clicks of my gamepad at this point, but Rickdom Stutzer is a good mobile suit. I've seen that used a lot at about 400, 450. I'm not very good with it, but it's one of those things that can be really good, especially with its mind, if you are good with it, which, like I said, not yet. But, okay, Narrative Gundam Beam Saber. Now, if I can get the house to go with that doorknob, that would be great. Level 4 Gan Eos. I like the Gan Eos. Really good at knocking down its allies if you're not careful, though. Really, really good. Zeku 1 Beam Saber, level 4. Okay, so no narratives or anything. I could spin again, but I think I'm going to hold. I'm probably not going to have the tokens to do the full step up on the SAS BFF when that banner hits, but I'll save towards it anyway. But just wanted to take a tilt at the narrative. Let's see, G-Line Standard level 4 is not bad. Full Armor Slave Wraith is interesting. It's a support with a really good Gatling and fake beacon, which means until it starts firing, it shows up on enemy radar as friendly. Blue Destiny Unit 2 is not bad. Jim Cannon 2 is pretty good. Zeku 1 Type 3 is a favorite of mine just because it has a really good Gatling and a Clay Bazooka subweapon and a Sturmfaust. So it can hold its own for a very long time, and the higher up you get in the costs, there's not always a lot of ballistic defense on things, so it can really shred some higher cost mobile suits if you're lucky. Gelgoog Marine is solid. It is basically, it is pretty similar to the standard Gelgoog, except it's raid. It does still dodge roll. It also has a standard beam saber instead of the Naginata. So, but it is a raid that can dodge roll and use the Gelgoog beam rifle, so, that is pretty good. Dom Tropical Test Type has... Okay, that's only 85? Yeah, I'm going to get that. It has a murderously good downswing. A really fantastic one. It's basically the same charging one that the Easy 8 and a few other things use, but just the multiplier is off the charts. It can do huge damage, especially with the slots it has. If you set it up for melee damage, yeah, it can be really strong. It's a hover suit, so I'm not great with it sometimes, and it can be hard to aim. Also, the big thing about its downswing. Okay, Gym 2. I'll get that too, because having something to put behind that harpoon gun is not going to hurt anything. But, yeah, the other thing about it is you have to be really careful. Of course, to do a downswing, you tilt back and you hit attack. You have to time that very carefully with hover types, or they will start braking and lose all their momentum for the downswing. If you're good at timing it, you can fly a mile with that and do a lot. But again, it's something that takes practice. So, okay, well, I guess we'll try the 700 rated Space Q, and let's see how many tries it takes to get into a functional room. What do I want to use? I have the Unicorn Gundam, but I've run that recently. Let us take a chance on the Zeta Gundam Hyper Mega Launcher type. I like that thing. It might be a little bit outmatched at 700, and I do not have the correct... okay, got a team the first try. That's good. We're going to build for primarily, I think, range damage. I need to buy more upgrade parts, because for these higher cost things, I can't even come close to filling all my equip slots, so there is room to improve. Gonna go for melee defense, because, well, supports need that. As you can see, it's close to maxing out its melee defense, which is not bad. Boost, and can I fit anything else in this slot? Level 2 spaced frame gives me a little more thruster capacity and a few extra hit points. So, quick setup of the quick swaps. All I need to do is put the beam rifle in B and A. Sadly, it does not. It has its rifle, but it does not have its beam bayonet. Okay, so I probably shouldn't have used that encourage, to be honest, because the Phoenix player has a platinum encourage. Only if you win, only the highest level encourage counts. If you win, it counts for the whole team, but if you lose, your encourage still counts for you. So it's... I kind of sometimes hesitate to use my encourage of a lower level after somebody drops a platinum, because it's just like, it's kind of... It kind of feels like, even though that's not what it is, you're saying, okay, I don't think we're going to win this. But what it... Oh, I'm on excess, too. That's not what I meant to do. I do this a lot. I accidentally equip things for ground instead of space. Also, just that little bit of lag compared to the PSN setups is throwing me. Just... Like, whenever you go into a menu, there's just a tiny spot of latency before you can push buttons in this version. And it's just, it is throwing a long history of muscle memory for me. So, but, yeah, we'll see what I can do with this. I'm not guaranteeing miracles, but, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to set up, check my quick swaps on the Wave Rider mode. Probably it'll be fine. But we'll, if the room breaks because this person's not ready in time, we will go ahead. Okay. I was about to say we'll check it, but I'll just live with whatever it is. But yeah, on the customized screen, if you press start, it will give you the stats and shortcuts for your other mode so that you can move things around and customize your quick swaps locations there too. And when we get into the battle, I'm going to hopefully I'll get a chance to show something off that somebody I've had at least one person, maybe more, asked me questions about recently, and I'm actually going to do another one of my short FAQ videos about it so people know. But it's, no harm in repeating the information here because it's good information for people to have. The question people have been asking me after watching some of my PC videos is, how do you change weapons so fast? And the answer is that you do not need to wait for this quick swap menu to come up on the screen. If you hit swap and press the button, hit the shortcut button, you'll just change. So that's how it works. If you're not comfortable with that, you can also keep the quick swap open while you hold fire, but or while you fire your weapon or charge your weapon. That can be a little complicated because, as you can see, I just fired grenades when I swapped weapons. That is another good piece of information. If you want to stop charging a beam weapon, here's a stealth suit. It's a Shazar. I'm going to call for help. They probably see it. I also need to change that to need help here. I've never liked the sound of need support. But yeah, also, if you swap weapons while you're charging something, if you're charging and don't want to waste the shot because there's nothing in range, like was the case with my Mega Beam Launcher shot here, if you switch to another weapon, that will cancel the charge without firing. So that is good to have. Now, Zeta Gundam HML is in biosensor mode, which means it goes from having no dodge roll, as is typical for supports, to having double dodge roll. So, and also gets the same Wave Rider Crash attack bonuses that the standard Zeta gets. So, it can, it can be quite a powerhouse when near death. I don't know that I'm going to, exploit that maximally here, but, or even Prediconally. But, let's see, throw grenades out until it dies. That worked. And here's somebody coming in. Bingo. Can I follow up with the rifle? Nope, but somebody else got it. That is fine. But yeah, I forget sometimes. I actually, this is going to sound dumb. When somebody asked me how I was firing so quickly, I had to think about it. Because I've been doing this for so long, I don't remember all the things I'm doing. So, there are basically no dumb questions about what I'm doing. There may be dumb reasons why I'm doing them, and I will be happy to share them when I remember what they are. But, yeah, there is, if there's anything you don't understand or anything you'd like more information on, hit me. I will do my best. If I don't know, someone in my comments probably knows. And I'm the first down. That is not uncommon, but I bet that's the Shazar come back to get me. Yep. And it is working on the Phoenix there. Let's see. I could throw out some support fire, or I could just... Actually, since I can transform and move fairly quickly, let's get that support fire going. Especially since the enemy is doing the same thing. And support fire going out. And that looks like a good target. It's in the middle of the enemy grouping. They're all kind of converging on the allies. There's a fair chance they'll get hit. Support fire is a little bit harder to hit in space because of the three-dimensionality of things. The fact that you can, dodge not just by moving, along one axis, but two. You can just dive and generally be out of range. Let's see, there's the Hyper Mega Launcher. And I am in the middle of everything, which is bad. Yeah. Also, the Hyper Mega Launcher Zeta does not have an evade roll in Wave Rider mode until it's in Biosensor either, so watch out for that. But yeah, the trade-off for, being more dodgeable is that the support fire in space is a lot more likely to kill. So that is, just... It often does not take more than one hit of that to kill somebody. So, and that is going to be our friend the Shazar again in my sinus cavity. Yes, it is. Well, I'm biosensored now. Look how much faster I'm moving. And, oops, did not hit that. I've got two things on me. I am going to die, but I'm going to, well, do as much damage as I can, and that is as much damage as I can. That's kind of on me. I got in a really weird position compared to the rest of my allies. Wow, that Magnum beam that went by was really pretty. But, yeah, not, it's funny, just the turnaround on this. This isn't even an ace match where the turnaround can get absolutely insane. But we are, 66, 45 to 88, 23 when we started out like 4,000 to 50. That's what can happen at high cost. So, again, ace match high cost can go even wilder on you. So, there is a lot. I might check, since I don't remember if I've done an ace match on PC yet. So, good, I got a shot in. That's useful. So I might just try and do an ace match to finish up today. But we'll see what queues are available as we go. It's, kind of out of my control. Tag that Phoenix. Grenades are almost back. Grenades are back. And that's the Hyper Mega Launcher Zeta also has the extended grenade packs. So instead of like 4 grenades, you get a dozen. That is a huge difference. And that is the Shazar behind me again. I probably just need to watch my surroundings better, I guess. But also, I do have a pretty good responsive team here, though. So many thanks to them. They don't always get there in time, but nobody always gets there in time. And having this level of support as a support is rare and wonderful. So let's see. Take a shot. Missed it. Here's a Phoenix. Have a bunch of grenades. Like a bunch. There we go. Rifle's ready again. Like I said, I wish it had the bayonet too. Technically it should. If it can use the beam rifle, it should be able to use the bayonet. But having a support with 2 melees might be overkill, I suppose. But There's a few that do, though. The Dagdoll, that is, however, a 4-star compared to this is, I believe, a 3. And here is the Shazar Jesta again, which killed me again. Very close. Yeah, I'm going to have to be really careful. I think, okay, they're saying advanced, but I think for my purposes, the best thing I can do for the team is if I get low on health, I should probably just Wave Rider back and get out of dodge so they can't kill me, so that Shazar can't track me down and kill me for easy points. Because it's killed me, what, 4 times now? Something like that. I know it's killed me more than I've gotten kills. But that happens sometimes, you know. When I do single rounds, I try to run like the best of the best. I try to run, you know, the best rounds I've gotten, the best I can do with any given suit. Or at least the best I can get without driving myself crazy. But, you know, I'm just kind of trying to go for something a little bit more unfiltered here. And that's good. Beam guns out. Wave Rider crash. And it tried to tackle me, which was not successful, thankfully. But now I've got 3 enemies on me. This was poorly considered. What a shock. And there's the Shazar. I am just going to send sorry, because, yeah, as you can see, that really puts us close. And so that, yeah, I was about to say, that really puts it on other pilots to have to survive for the last 10 seconds, and they didn't. If somebody can get a kill, we can still take it, but no. Yeah, I screwed up. So, that I'm not the only one, but yeah, if I'd been a little bit more careful about the Shazar, we'd have won this one. Let's see. I think that's our Phoenix was working overtime here. And, let's see, I did 77,000 damage, which is not bad in and of itself, but 1 kill, 4 deaths kind of is, so. The good question mark news is that I do get the full benefit of my encourage for myself here. Bad news is nobody else does. Well, there's Space Frame Level 3. The set is now complete. I probably have room to put that on this Zeta, but, let's see. Yeah, I think I'll do a couple more tutorial missions, because there's some, you know, if I do want to save up tokens for that SAS BFF, there's some token-bearing missions I haven't done, so we'll try those. And then we will go back and finish off the days, the dailies, which should be... still need a round where I get 2 kills instead of 1. Oh, before I do that, let me go to that HML Zeta, which... It defaults to the ground equip, so the fact that I accidentally put it in both slots means I can get right to it at least, so that's something. No, I don't quite have enough slots with this setup to do Space Frame Level 3, but let's see, thrusters by 7 versus thrusters by 5. I only lose 2 points of thrusters if I move down to this. I still can't do Space Frame 3, though, which would only give me those 2 points back, so let's just, I guess, leave it as it was. Or possibly... No, I don't think after that performance that I need less melee defense, so I'm going to leave it where it is. And now, yeah, there's the shortcuts. I'm going to swap... No, actually, the rifle and the beam guns are where they are on the other Zeta, so I may as well just leave it like that in the hopes that muscle memory kicks in. But, okay, yeah, so let's do some training, and then we will go back. So, hopefully... Yeah, I did reach rank C on the ground. There's still a lot of beginner stuff, and I can get a lot of DP out of it, so I should do that. There's still a bunch of stuff for level 1 suits I don't have here, including the Hyzak custom, which is a pretty good sniper. But yeah, if I do these, I get 6 more tokens, so we're gonna start with those for now. Okay, pilot, raid, and destroy at least 2 enemy mobile suits without being defeated for 90 seconds. Same as ground, except, you know, in space. I know you're shocked, but I'm not sure. I think they give me the Gelgug Marines machine gun, the MMP-80. It's not a bad weapon, but I'd prefer my beam rifle. So, let's see. Yeah, 90 seconds. Yeah, survive the entire time and take down 2 mobile suits. Remember to make use of vertical movement and floating obstacles to ambush your enemies from the side and rear. Okay, let's see what we can do. I just want to get this out first. Yeah, and again, the verticality of space, very important for, to know your beam saber hitboxes for that, because you can absolutely get the drop on people pretty easily if you do. And let's stop that. Stop this Zaku from shooting me while I'm trying to do things. There we go. That's one down. It also has a machine gun. Let's see. I have the arm Gatling. The arm Gatling builds up stun a little bit faster than the MP does. So I feel like distances are harder for me to judge in space, but you can see I am taking a lot of damage here. So I kind of need to be a lot more careful than I'm being. I still need to kill, but if I'm careful and take my time, I can get that. I just need, basically the object of the space survival missions, in my opinion, kill an enemy, kill your two enemies, and make sure there's rocks between you and everybody else. So, got it. Okay, now we've just, let's admire some rocks for 16 seconds. Yeah, this is not going to be a super impressive performance, but it's going to get me my 2 tokens, so I will take it. They've changed these since the last time I did them, but in my experience, the support one is the hardest one to do, because you don't have the speed advantage on anybody else the way that the Gelgug Marine does, so it puts you in a bad spot. So we'll see how it goes. I may fail some of these and have to do them over. But yeah, that is basically the bare minimum performance to get those 2 tokens. So yay? I'll call it a yay, sort of. And we'll do the other 2, and like I said, we'll go back and finish out our dailies, and that will be this round of Gundam Battle Operation 2 from the beginning. Which, so far, I don't think I'm doing, terribly. I could probably be playing better than I did in that HML round, but we'll see what happens. If I can get another shot at it. Okay, my general is the Gundam. I'm fine with this. Gundam has a shield. It's relatively fast. And, yeah, I'm going to be able to take out that Drossi very quickly. So, bazooka. Upswing, side swing, especially if my depth perception doesn't conk out entirely. Good one, Rob. You have to watch out for that Drossi because it has a ridiculously good lunging downswing that will just murder anything. It won't one-hit a Gundam, certainly, but it'll do a lot of damage and, leave me vulnerable. So it's approaching head-on. And it had better spacing than I did, and thus, won that exchange. It also has a really good fast Gatling. It is a glass cannon, though, so it will be, it will be harder to, or easier to kill. It just does not take a lot to kill a Drossi. Especially, yeah, see? It's a 200 Drossi at that, so I'm like, at 400, so I'm like, what, 3 cost levels higher? 250, no, more than that, like, a bunch more than that. 250, 300, 350, 400. Yeah, 4 cost levels higher. That makes more sense. And this I don't mind doing a little bit of Seek and Destroy on, because it is, that support can do good damage to me when it gets in range, but Drossi, ideally not too hard to deal with, especially if you get the first attack in on it. So that is a score of 3 instead of 2 this time. That is slightly better. Obviously, 3 is higher than 2. Oh, I have the good brain. But, okay, now we will do the support one, and if I hope they let me use the Hyzak Custom. They have definitely rebalanced this since I did it, because in the version I did, when they first added this ages and ages ago, rather than the Gelgug Marine, the Gundam, and the, hopefully, the Hyzak Custom I'm about to use, they gave you the same mobile suits the enemy is using. The Drossi, I think it's Jim Kai, and the Zaku 1 Commander type, which, it's an even fight, and it can be a tough one to pass. I think I have videos up of that on the channel, probably of me getting somewhat frustrated, but yeah, Zaku Hyzak Custom. Ah, yeah, that is a Jim Kai. For a second, I thought it was a Gundam, but you can see Hyzak Custom's beam rifle, very good. It, I don't want to overheat it if I can help it, but I'd like to get my kills, please. There's one. Okay, now let's just trade machine gun fire. I do have, like I said, a serious advantage in cost, so I might be able to run this down with the ammo I have left. Well, I stunned it, so beams. There we go. And that is our, that is the challenge. So I just have to stay alive. Yeah, this is a lot harder with Zaku 1 Commander type, as I'm sure you can understand, because the Zaku 1 Commander type, like these guys, is cost 200 instead of cost... I believe the Hyzak Custom is 400 or 450. I think it's 450. So, yeah, that is a thing. And yeah, you can outgun a 200 raid in a 400 support fairly easily. But yeah, so oops, here is our gym friend again. Let's just shoot him till he's stunned, and then go in for a swing. Swing. Rifle's still coming back up. So, but. Yeah, that draw C is the bigger... There, rifle's up. Got him. Okay, this is funny. I'm up to 5 out of 2. It's this has actually been the easiest of them, and again, I kind of put that at the feet of the Hyzak Custom, which is a really good sniper. It's very basic. If I had time to charge that rifle, which, you know, 2-on-1, I don't, it would cause heavy stagger when I hit. And also, it was, I believe, the first thing to come into the game that got to keep its radar when scoped in, which is an incredibly valuable skill for snipers, obviously. So, okay, well, that is our 6 tokens earned, and now we're going to go back into the thing, and if I can find a space ace match, we will run that, and I can talk about how ace matches work, because, to be honest, that's something I still talk about constantly on the console version, because... I swear people, you know, I don't know how the thought process works. And God knows my thought process breaks down when I'm playing often enough. But, okay, no, it's a brawl match. Brawl matches are fun. Haven't done a lot of those, and haven't done any yet on PC. So we'll do the 650 basic space, and then we will finish up with a brawl match, because this will give me my 2 space matches, and then I'll pretty much be free. Let's try out that Hyakushiki Kai. Okay, no, this is not the one that has the incendiary bazookas. I think that is the Hyakushiki Kai MPT. It does, however, have a clay bazooka sub-weapon. It does have incendiary launchers as a sub-weapon, and it has... head pulse laser cannon. So yeah, it's one of the few things to have a energy-based Vulcan weapon, which, yeah, unusual. Let's see. Its range strength is only slightly behind its melee strength. It's pretty customizable in that regard, but I'm gonna do this. Ballistic defense is its lowest, but I think I'm gonna... Sometimes it's just easiest to seat the melee parts, because they tend to use middle slots, so a lot of times it's easier to bring up your melee defense than it is any other. Given that every battle will almost invariably devolve into melee, that's not the worst news, but yeah. Put a little bit of beam defense, and I guess... let's go for a little bit of extra movement speed and a little extra boost, and let's see, let's place those. Incendiary launcher goes here. Bazooka. Actually, I'd rather have the bazooka there, and I'll put the incendiary launcher on X and A. There we go. And I think I'm about to get booted out of this room and have to try again. Yes. Alright, we'll try this again. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to rated and, probably try something other than the Zeta HML for 700 again. But we'll give this one more try. I haven't been, again, it's been getting better about this. Still not perfect. Probably never will be perfect, but it's been better. I'm happy to see that they are suspending, there we go. suspending words, Rob. I have suspended my brain, and I'm suspending penalties from, the connection problems. So that is good. Hopefully they'll, make sure they keep up with that on the, Space Fortress Interior. I can work with that. But hopefully they'll, make sure that everything's in as good order as they can make it before they start taking penalties seriously again. But words. But yeah, that was the other thing. They also announced, in case you haven't seen, that the Twitter campaign where we're all supposed to get 500,000 DP, there's been a bug where people haven't been getting that. Once it's taken care of, they will hand out the DP, but they want to make sure it doesn't just go into the ether. So, I have nothing against having 2 Delta Gundams. Delta Gundam is a really good, very mobile, very strong support. They did nerf it slightly before, in the builds well before this this PC version came out, but it is still pretty strong. So if they want to run 2 Deltas, I'm not going to stop them. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, we're about right. Okay, no. I usually don't talk through this screen, so I've got no idea, what to say. Except that tomorrow, Saturday, my G-Frame FA real type selection box should get here. Ordered it from Amazon Japan, so there's a non-zero chance it'll actually have the gum, too. I like that gum. But I really like the real type Gelgug in particular, and won't say no to having the Gundam Jim and Zaku Commander type either. So it's a pretty good assortment, and since they've upgraded several of those from the older G-frame figures, they'll have better leg and upper leg and upper arm armor comparatively. So I like G-frame, I really do, and it was really cool Bandai to send me in that backpack full of goodies. I got the Deactive Strike Gundam, which is not available. It's a P Bandai thing, so there was very little chance I was going to end up with that on my own, so I appreciate it a lot. Among the rarities I have in my weird collection, since I'm just talking, is I actually have the original MS in Action Deactive Strike Gundam in Hong Kong packaging. It's the same as the US release, in packaging that imitates the Japanese releases in terms of the shape, the form factor, but the design is totally different. It was weird. There were a few releases like that. There was also some very weird releases of some of the Destiny stuff that may not have been official, but I always wanted to get them and never got a chance. And yeah, trying to approach 3 things at once, not my best move. So, let's see. Grenade launchers, yeah, I'm getting hit from all sides because I'm not paying enough attention. This is the problem with talking and fighting at the same time. You're not doing as well as you could at either, which is why I'm nearly dead. Let's see. I missed with that. Have some Beam Vulcans, just because I can. They overheat kind of quickly, honestly. Have some Incendiaries, because I can. Okay, my dodge roll actually worked, and then I died. Yeah. Space Fortress Interior is pretty much the space equivalent of Arctic Base in most ways. It usually devolves into a lot of very hectic close quarters combat, and it is also the map. As you saw last time, it is the map of choice for AB rooms in space. Arctic Base is the choice for ground. Again, because they're the smallest maps, and so you can get to the other team and kill them, and everybody can, see if they got a box and, start over again as quickly as possible. Okay, yeah, it has a standard downswing. It does not have the Hyakushiki's great kick. The only standard Hyakushiki thing I know of that has that downswing kick combo is the Sinanju, which makes sense on a variety of levels. Okay, that DJ SER is dead. That's good. Man, I am just walking to every beam in creation. I need to make 2 kills, but to be honest, if I don't get that done here, Brawl is going to be great for that. Because for one thing, it's on ground, where I'm a little bit more competent, as you can probably tell. And also just, it is, everybody for themselves, and I can do pretty well from with that. Just to be honest, when you know nobody's going to come to back you up, you play a little differently. And you know, in brawl mode, you respawn faster, you take your lumps, and you get in there. I'll explain since I'm not getting a chance to show off Ace Match. I'll explain brawl mode fully as I do it. But this is at least going to fulfill my two space games. Have some fire. So the thing about fire, it does damage over time, not a lot of it, and also the damage over time is canceled by iframes. So using it on a down person, not the most efficient use. And yeah, this enemy team is really good and well coordinated. They're focusing people down, me especially, very, very quickly. But, you know, that's okay. Again, this is especially since this is a quick match, there's no rating here, there's nothing to worry about. So the worst that happens with this match is I get the effects of my encourage, nobody else does, and I've fulfilled my 2 space daily requirement, and can move on to Brawl, which I will probably, hopefully, find less frustrating. I'm frequently pretty good at Brawl. I'm going to try not just to use the Goof again, which is my go-to for Brawls. It is really good for Brawls. But, okay, that was not even in the neighborhood. Oh, that's a Totus Ritter. Yeah, I keep forgetting. This is 650. You're going to see those. Well, a little bit too late. And now I'm getting hit from the side again. Got the Totus Ritter. Oh, come on. Yeah, this gets... When you're trying to get your 2 kills, it does get really frustrating. I'm not going to lie. Especially when you're just getting killed constantly. But that is... Again, that is Space Fortress Interior, and that's just how this goes sometimes. You know, sometimes you get a nice even fight, and then sometimes the enemy team just runs away with it. Or your team runs away with it, which I don't always like to run either. I kind of prefer the fair fights that, you know... They tend to be more interesting, because... A lot of times a runaway score like this comes down to spawn staggering, too. Not just, you know, a really good enemy team focusing down people, but the fact that only one person is, you know, 1 or 2 people are spawning in at a time, which makes it easier for a, you know, full team at basically full health to run, melt down very quickly. There's the Shiki. Yeah, we're all trying to do the focus thing, too, but unfortunately in our case that means that the people that we left going forward are also getting focused, so I'm going to get this Totus Ritter, though. Bazooka does not have as much ammo as the regular clay bazooka, either. Grenades out. Some of the lower damage weapons I tend to just use as pokes, just throw out some speculative damage. If I win a stun with them, all the better, but they're just there to, you know, basically harass, so... and also Vulcans in particular, when your support is dead and you don't have any readouts on life bars and you're trying to figure out the most vulnerable target to go for, that was a good tackle. That was a really good tackle. Like, that was... Yeah, raids have really good turn speed, so you can do that kind of thing if you're fast. Oh, that's an Echoes? Yeah, that still has pretty good turn speed. I'll accept that mostly. But... Yeah, when you're okay, we're actually catching up a little bit. I don't know if we can win this, but we're giving a better showing now than I thought we were. That's good. But yeah, when your support is dead, that's usually the thing that has the... I forget the name of the skill. I think it might just be Database Link that shows you the current health of your enemies. So if nobody is on the field that has that, your Vulcan is your jab. So you can determine who has the low health, and who needs to be... Yep, somebody got that before I did. I expected that. So yeah, you can determine who has the low health and who needs to be focused on with Vulcans very quickly. So, you know, it is a good weapon to be using for strategic purposes. Yeah, well, they're pulling away a little bit again, but you know, it's like 1.5 times our score instead of double. I'll take that. I am getting focused again though, because I was the closest thing to the enemy team that was alive. And then I think I got hit by some funnels, because it was very around the corner, it seemed like. So, and as you can probably tell from anything I've said that is, you know, incorrect about what's going on, sometimes it is just hard to tell what is going on in this game when you're fighting. You know, it is a great game for backseat gaming. I do it myself watching other people, and just yeah, sometimes until you have distance, you can't really tell what you're doing wrong. I find that true of a lot of games, but this one is really good for that. I'm not going to be able to respawn. We have obviously lost, but yeah, like I said, slightly better than 2-1, unless this Gustav Karl is worth like 4,000 points, which with enough assists it could have been. But yeah, that is. I don't think I got my 2 kills again. It goes like that sometimes. And okay, and we've got people being being upset about it, and well, for all the good that does you. 0 and 6, yeah. Top assist, top damage, and top diversions for this, though. But yeah, sometimes they're just tough rounds, and I try not to fault people for getting salty about things, because I did too. I do too, and it was worse before the antidepressants. Oh man, so much worse. Just some days I still can't take it, especially when I'm trying to work on my rating, which I'm trying to do consciously less because I don't need to be mad that often. It's just, mindset is half of any competitive game, and it has taken me a long time to get someplace I'm comfortable with. So, and again, I needed, it required the help of medication that I needed anyway. But I'm not going to pretend that the medication was not tremendously helpful. Okay, let's see. I could take the Gym 2 I just bought, give it the spear gun. Gundam Ground, a little bit underpowered. Oh, so tempting just to use the goof. Supports can have a hard go of it in brawl mode. Oh, got a room on the first try, good. They actually get them heavy-duty defense bonuses. Do I have the 4-tube rocket launcher yet? I do not, so I think, yeah, we'll take the Gym 2 I just got. And I don't have the harpoon gun. I don't have an aqua gem of any kind. Well, the Hyper Bazooka Modified, not a bad weapon either, but yeah, I've got to get an aqua gem so I have the access to that harpoon gun. Defenses, melee, anything else I can get on there? Actually, in place of melee, for this cost, let's do ballistic level 2 and see what else I can fit. I can also fit melee level 2, that's not bad. Lower cost things also just, tend to have lower defenses, so. And we will go with level 3 melee to fill out slots. Oh, we lost somebody, so. I don't have the shield reinforcement parts yet. That's not bad. There are things at 300 that can do spot, and that will get that cleared off a little quicker. But yeah, I need to get some more parts. Maybe I'll buy parts as our last thing for today. But let's see how I can do with this. Brawl matches, new game rules where it's every pilot for themselves, and time to ready up. Okay. Yeah, you probably figured this out, but unless vibration is turned off, when everybody else is ready but you, your controller will vibrate. Pardon me for stopping for a drink, but I have been talking for 40 minutes straight, so kind of important to keep thoroughly lubricated and stay hydrated. It's the downside to my medication. I was never good in hot weather anyway, and certainly makes you dehydrate quicker. So if you are on that kind of antidepressant, make sure you drink plenty enough water before you go out in the summer heat. So this is something I've learned the hard way. Not to any major, health problems or detriment, but yeah, just I wear out a lot quicker than I used to. I keep trying to send the tell, but tells are disabled because nobody can see them. You're all on, you're all teams unto yourselves. So there is somebody, but yeah, the way this mode works, everybody fights everybody. That was way too shallow. Just going to use Vulcans a little bit to do some harassing, build up some build stun. This is a Gym Striker. I have type advantage, and if I can get it stunned before I get to it. Okay, that was a little bit laggy, I feel like. That beam javelin, or that twin beam spear does have great reach. And now the fact that I've lost my shield means I'm going to be a lot faster. Fast enough to pull this off? No. But, okay, so I'm down that, let's see. Oh, they went for the saber, which, yeah, the side swings went over my head. Neutral swings are almost always the best thing to hit people on the ground with. There are there are exceptions. There are things where the neutral swing is just like a straight lunge and will not hit things on the ground very well, especially if the ground is uneven. But again, it all comes down to knowing your attacks, knowing their hitboxes, knowing your spacing, and sometimes comes down to luck. But this is where GBO2 is the most like a fighting game. Okay, that's my first kill. And the way this works is, when you get killed yourself, you lose score if you have any. So yeah, that Aqua Gym just stole 39 points from me, dropped me to 4th place, which is fine. The Gym 2 in 1st place, I'd be willing to bet has the harpoon gun. Aqua Gym is a really good choice for this because it has really short range melee, but it also has that anchor that causes heavy stagger. So yeah, I have got to get the harpoon gun because it is just too good. That is an Ifrit Doug Schneid. That is also a good choice for this. It also has stealth, which gives an advantage. I'll let the 2 raids duke it out and work on this Gym Cold District. The Gym Cold District does not have dodge. It does have maneuver armor, so if it gets to boosting, it can shrug off a hit from me easier than I can from it. But also, let's see, splash damage didn't take. Interesting. But maneuver armor only works on ranged attacks, incidentally. So they will... man, bad time to run out of words. So if you hit somebody with who's in maneuver armor with a melee attack, it should stop them. Okay, I'm up to 2nd place. More importantly, I have gotten my 2 kills for the day. So, if I can win, great. But this is entirely academic from here. I got the real rewards, the tokens. They're mine. I have them. And now I'm ranked number 1. Let's kill this Aqua Gym if we can. Oh, this is the Gundam ground type. Yeah, we're going to have equal priority. Gundams don't always have top priority, but it's frequent. Got that kill. I am far enough ahead that I stay in 1st even with this death. So I'm in a good position. They will make this up fairly quickly. Again, Gym Cold District is pretty good for this. It only has 1 melee swing, but the maneuver armor can be really handy. Maneuver armor is one of those things where you just have to commit to taking the hit and be ready to boost so that the hit is not a stun. And things with enough weapons can, the maneuver armor will reduce the heavy stagger of that anchor that the Aqua Gym used on me to a standard stagger. So we're both out of feet, and I misjudged my spacing, so Aqua Gym takes it. Meanwhile, the Ifrit Doug Schneid has done enough damage to overtake me in 1st place. So yeah, the thing that bothers me about this mode is that for days that are where you have to win one, only 1st place in a brawl mode counts as winning, which makes sense, but obviously in an average 12-person room, the top 6 count as wins. So I do feel that's a little bit, there are places where this game's mechanics do work against the rewards. They just do. Particularly the Friday requirement to get 2 kills twice. Just kind of running ace matches or target shuffle matches under those conditions where you basically have to leave kills to certain people to get the best score possible. That gets to be absolutely insufferable on Fridays when everybody is trying to scrape out their 2 kills. Their 2 kills twice. That can be a nightmare. And it took me an embarrassingly long time to realize that the culprit was the reward structure on Fridays. I just thought, oh wow, nobody on Fridays knows how to ace match. No, they know. It's just, it is actually not in their interests to do it. So, avoid ace matches and target shuffle matches on Fridays if you don't want to be frustrated. That is my advice to you. But it's ridiculous to a certain degree that there are frustration mitigation strategies I've had to come up with to play this game, but I really like this game. I like this game. I've made a lot of friends playing this game. It's fun. The core gameplay, the core gameplay is great. I like that, you know, the fact that there are so many different mobile suits at so many different costs that control so many different ways. There's very few other Gundam games that have this degree of you know, customization of, you know, selection of all those things, of different gameplay styles. It's, you know, just everything around the gameplay that gets to be a thing. Yeah, I'm not going to win this one. I might be able to get it, you know, sneak in a kill against like a high-ranked player and get some points back up and get into like maybe second or third if I'm lucky. But as you can see, a lot of times these fights just devolve into just knockdown, drag-out brawls for you know, in corners. You know, stealth suits help avoid that. Another thing that helps avoid that is the goof, actually, because the goof can just... Ooh, Ag-I decided it was after me instead of this gym trainer. That's okay. Oops, it tackled. It did not stop me, but it did not take the damage either. But yeah, okay, yep, still trying to stop me. Neither of us got the gym trainer. But yeah, the goof is one of those things that it's a very opportunistic way to play these, but its heat rod has such a powerful downswing. You can walk up to brawls like I was just having and, you know, just downswing and hit one or more people and do a ton of damage. But, okay, well, second place praised me. That's nice. Let's see. I think... Oh, that was the Gym Cold Districts. That's cool. I'll praise the ground type. But yeah, I tied with first place for 5 kills. That's not terrible. Sometimes the ranked matches come back and they tend to be brawls, so I think tying for top kills would have gotten me some extra points in that situation. But I think I lost all 3 of my rounds today. Oh well, it is like that sometimes. Got iron nails for Kapul, got my crate, 3 battles, 2 enemies once. That, however, is, you know, that's the token requirements, and, you know, sometimes you don't do that well, but you get your tokens, and that is, you know, how the day goes. So that is how this day has gone. I'm going to go collect my rewards, and then we'll take a look at the DP store before we call it, because there's some other stuff in there that I probably want to buy. Knowing that I have another 5,000 coming is good. Okay, up to 60. Yep, like I said, gonna save for the Saz BFF banner. I don't have that on any accounts. It would be nice to have, so. And... okay, I'm probably just gonna AB that out after the video. I did get to gold, though, so I have another encourage. That also lets me get another crate if you feel like crate grinding. But yeah, I'm gonna still stop after we look at this stuff, because, yeah. Let's see. Okay, I can afford all 3 level 4 defensive parts. Let's do that. Yeah. And if I can afford the level 4 offense parts afterwards, we'll do that. I can. Let's do that. And I think after I get those, I will be able to also... let's get at least a couple of the shield reinforcement parts, because for things with shields, like I said, that can be a good placeholder to take up middle slots, which you almost always have some of. Yeah, I think I'll just wait on the rest. Nothing else is calling my name as strongly as the stuff I bought. So, yeah, we'll let that go. And... just for the record, let's take a look and see what better setup I can do with the Zeta HML with these parts before we call it for the day. Zeta HML, there you are. Again, there's that little bit of latency here as it's loading in renders. I'm on a solid state drive on this thing too, so let's just wipe the slate clean and start over. It has a lot of lower slots. It's a support, so we're going to start with 4321 in ranged mod, which gets its range strength up to 84. So that's a good start. I can't do level 4 melee parts, which are a top slot thing. But since I'm going to be fighting at high costs at range, the level 3 melee defense is not a bad move, and neither is level 4 beam defense, which also fits. Beyond that, let's get a little bit of extra thruster capacity and hit points with spaced frame, just because it is there. What else can I fit? One more melee defense would take me up to... Okay, I've almost maxed out my beam defense with that level 4 part. That's good. Let's just put more thruster capacity, because if I do need to get away, that lets me use Wave Rider for longer. So, shortcuts are still the same, and... yeah, we're going to call it here, but that is my current build for the Zeta HML on PC. And that is going to do it for this extended play episode, for this GBO2 on PC episode. So, till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later!